morning. So I'm off to Alvechurch. We're on Arrow Lake today. There's only 7 of us fishing. So this is a 7-pegger. So if you're not interested in a 7-pegger, then yeah, I might want to watch something else. What will this be like? I'm not 100% sure because I haven't fished it for a long time, but my mate Jack fished it a couple of weeks ago, and it fished alright. There was like a low 100 that won it. I think Parts was second, and they fished quite well. So Arrow Pool, for those who don't know, is like quite a wide sort of snake lake. It's, probably on average 17-18 metres long. There's no pole limit here, so therefore, you know, wind permitting, then you might be able to fish a dirty great big long pole against a far bank. Now don't get me wrong, catfishing method, the method can be really successful as well, especially as then probably maybe not quite so cute now in winter. You definitely wanted to fish a long pole, to be honest with you, if you're able to, because not everyone has an 18 metre pole. Not everybody will want to fish an 18 metre pole. So yeah, so that would be my main method, fish a long pole. Now, I have caught well fishing paced long. I know sometimes a bit of a paced head. I have slightly diversed away from paced a little bit, not like crazy on it. But obviously I do like fishing it, and it can score really well. I think why it can score well there is because it's quite deep on the far bank, and I think like it's like obviously quite a big, heavy bait, heavy lines and stuff, fish big elastics, obviously bigger hooks, so like fishing like a 12 hook, and then happy days obviously when you hook them, everything's just geared up strong, and happy days hopefully be able to eliminate sort of foul hookers. Whereas fishing like a hard pellet like 6mm or something like that, I think they can waft it around, and you know, even if you fish like really heavy rigs like I've got today, like 0.6 grams, 3-inch hook lengths, even that sometimes is not enough to eliminate sort of foul hooking. So you know, heavy baits maybe like corn. I never really caught loads of fish on corn on Arrow Pool, to be honest, but maybe double worm, feeding pellets, that would be a good shout. And to be fair, I think that's all you're going to really want to do. With only 7 of us on the lake, I don't think fishing fried in the middle part of the match is going to do you much good, I don't think. Just a simple reason is that I think the weight's going to be too high, maybe, I don't know. You have to see how it fishes. I mean, definitely have it in my armoury. I think you'd be stupid not to have it in your armoury, because you could do maybe 30-40 pound a rod in 2 hours. You know, prime it up, go on it, and hopefully you'll absolutely slay them, and then they will like sort of drift away, and you normally just run out of maggots. So that could be a good option. But if you're catching carp against the far bank, then obviously they're just going to be weight builders. So probably average sort of 3-4 pound on average. Yeah, there's smaller ones, and yeah, there's bigger ones, but I would say probably your target average sort of fish is going to be sort of 3 pound. But you can't fish light for them. They're crazy fish. They're just really fit fish. Obviously the oxygen levels must be really high, the venue's really well looked after, and the fish are just really fighting fit. For anyone that knows, it's like canal fish, they've got all bubblers and stuff, and just the barbel and carp are really fit and healthy. Horseshoe fish are freaking absolutely nuts, you know, real fighting, fit, healthy fish. So even though you're fishing for 3 pounders, you might think, oh, I know, I'll fish like 0.14, it'll be fine. No, definitely not. You want to be fishing like 0.18, 0.20s, no joke. You just need the durability, because they're going to take you into that far bank. So obviously if you've got thinner lines, it's just going to cut against the reeds, and what you would call it, unfortunately, you know, you're going to lose tackle and fish, which you don't want to be doing. So I'd sooner have a few less bites and get my fish out than have more bites and unfortunately lose fish. So we'll see where we get drawn, we'll go from there. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, even though it's only a 7-pegger. Hopefully my shoulder will be alright. So unfortunately it turned out to be only 6. One lad dropped out, I'm not sure why, but yeah. Anyway, so 6-pegger, got Trevor Chalk on peg 1,
which I think would be very tough to beat. And then me on 4, and then 7, 10, 12, 14, something like that. I got that right. So 1, 4, 7, 10, 12, 14. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was the peg. So I'm quite happy with 4. Um, the only issue is I've got an aerator, which is a little bit of a snag, but then at the same time it's a feature. So I guess it's a bit of like a double-edged sword, really. So started long, and it is very wide on peg 4. So I just started tapping into pellets. I didn't want to loose feed pellets because I was worried I'd bring them up in the water and it'd be carnage. And to be honest with you, slapping it 19 meters just ain't happening. It, I don't know any pole you could slap properly with 19 meters flicking it over and over. Yeah, you'd have to be insanely strong as well, and I definitely ain't strong. Don't get me wrong, maybe could have caught shallow shorter, without a doubt, maybe. 14.5 meters might have been a shout, but it is fishing funny, high pressure. Can't remember what my mate Gary said it was. 1024 or something. I may have got that wrong. I apologise if I have got it wrong. Took maybe, I don't know, 3 minutes to catch, 4 minutes to catch. Just thought, oh, is this going to be tough? Then all of a sudden, happy days, gone into my first stocky. Now, at the beginning of the video, if you did watch the intro, I was like, yeah, carp will be averaging sort of about £3. So don't fish too light and stuff for them, else you're going to get destroyed. Yeah, I forgot, you put a load of stockies in here. So bin ginger and all that, unfortunately I did forget. And I haven't fished since he put the stockies in it, so that's probably why I forgot and didn't know. So basically there's loads of fish in here now, sort of 12 ounces to a pound. Now I still would recommend you to fish pretty heavy because these fish are quite hungry and you still got to fish against them reeds, so I'd definitely still fish 018. I really would, and I'm glad I have. I don't think it would make any difference to the bites, really. To be honest, they're having it at the moment, and the colour and all the rest of it. I feel maybe you might get a few more bites, but look at this fish pulling. Like, you imagine if you were on 014 now, that'd have broke without a doubt. I was a little bit worried about the cable with the aerator. So I figured if I just lean into it, then it's just going to destroy my pole. Then I realised, oh, there ain't no cable. They must have put the cable underneath, like, in the silt, like on the bottom. So, because obviously some places I fish, they would just leave the cables floating on the top, and that would be nightmare now, because that would have, well, I don't know what would have happened to my pole or my rig or whatever. But anyway, that didn't happen. So happy days. Rigs wise, like I said in the intro, if you did watch it, fishing pretty heavy. It's not as deep on the far bank as what it is up the other end. I normally just draw up the other end, like 10 onwards, to be honest with you, and normally watch everyone catch to my right. So it's quite nice to draw this end of the lake. I swear I was down here years and years ago, but again, must have forgot what the depths were on the far bank. I can see why this part of the lake's better. I knew this anyway, that it was shallower, but it's definitely shallower on the far bank, which I think is loads better. Whereas up the top, it's much deeper, so therefore, yeah, you like to think that, especially in winter, the fish would get up sort of like pegs 14 and 13 and even 15 because it's so much deeper up there, but for whatever reason, they don't seem to get up there. I'm not sure why. If anyone knows, let me know. So fish do pull really hard, I can't stress that enough. So got a stripper, as in stripper kit, not a stripper that you would find in adult entertainment, allegedly. And then just toss pot and everything. I did change to worms, so pellets sort of dried up, and then just fish like worms, bit of castor, bit of corn, and then some fisheries sort of micros, where they're like, I don't know what I would say they are, about 2 mil, but they're sort of like little tiny rectangles, like little sausages, but they're spot on. But just be careful with them. Don't put too much water. So I put a bit of water, mixed them up as if a ground bait, didn't drain it off, then put a bit more water with them. Left it, put a tiny bit more water, get to the consistency you wanted it to be. So ideal for the method. And then also then I put overwetted some a bit more, and then put my worm mix, which made quite a stodgy sort of like little balls, which was ideal. So that was my mix really. Just fish worm, size 14, 018 5 hook length, 020 mainline. Actually, no, I lie. 022 mainline, 018 hook length. And yeah, that's it really. Just no big pot on or anything. Tried to catch short, failed miserably. Tried to catch down the edge. I couldn't believe it didn't catch down the edge all short, which you would have thought with this amount of room, it would have been mega. But it wasn't. All them fish just seemed to want to be hugging that far bank. So I hope you've enjoyed the video. I enjoyed the day's fishing. Was lucky enough to catch a couple of barbel, not loads. I think I only had 3 barbel and a few eider. I had like 16-pounder like silvers, so eider and 3 barbel, a couple of small little perch, and then as you can see from the photograph, a load of stockies. So happy days. And there's all the weights as well. So paper don't lie.